I'm going to 100% Princess Peach Showtime by collecting all of the gems and ribbons in every level, then beat the post-game, which includes taking no damage against bosses and other criteria. It's just a normal day of Peach sifting through her mail where she opens up an invitation to a play. A theater drama? Yeah, no wonder Mario didn't want to be in this game. Anywho, right after entering the building, of course something goes wrong as shown with the lights going dim, and a purple portal appearing out of nowhere. Making their grand appearance is the horrifying villain named Grape? Okay, that's like the least menacing of fruit to exist. She didn't like that insult, so she blew away my crown along with the toads and theets. Oh, and there's the annoying sidekick this game has to offer.
Hey, listen!
Yeah, I wish it was Navi because this one's acting like a crybaby. Her name is Stella, a sparkle sprite, whatever that is. Together we enter the first corridor in the hall, into the Castle of Thorns. Oh my gosh, there's a dead guy.
I'm not dead.
Oh, never mind, he's just hurt. Stella has the great idea to use the power of the sparkle, which gives me a bow.
And this is supposed to help me how?
Oh, it's a magical bow. Well, why didn't you say so, Stella? But I'm gonna need more than just healing power to stop these guys. Taste ribbon, you scoundrels. Embarrassed of their new glowing face paint, they run off. I get a sparkle gem for beating them, and then discover the kingdom's castle needs to be saved. Thorns spurt from beneath, blocking our way. Little did they know I have the ability to transform theets into swordsmen that cut down the branches. Past that room was a sparkle that, when touched, turns Princess Peach into Sword Fighter Peach. Hey! Violence can't solve everything though, so I strike a pose, granting me access to a secret room. After that, I came across what must be the Hammer Bros' armored cousin. They must be using a Hylian shield because I can't break it no matter how hard I thrust. Oh, that's cute. Taste my oversized hammer. Gah! It was no use. I can't get past that barrier. How will I get past that thing? Oh, I guess jumping at the right time executes a sick slow-mo finisher that knocks them out in one attack. Soon after, I make it to the Castle of Thorns and see the king is being held prisoner. Not if I have anything to say about it. Oh, you're turning the castle around. What's that? A big purple thorn plant? Don't you all know by now these briars are no match for my blade? The wrecking ball plant responds by slamming into the ground, also sending out shockwaves. I continue to wipe the floor clean of the thorns, then time my jump just right, similar to my encounter with the armored hammer bro, which opens up my foe to a flurry of attacks. To my surprise, I only needed to prune the giant rose's thorns twice in order to achieve victory. Back in the lobby, I get a little distracted before moving on to the Festival of Sweets, where you guessed it, there are sweets and evil minions stealing said sweets. Taste ribbon, you bandits! Once I saved the local bakers, we proceeded to the farm. And did I mention this ribbon can do everything? It slices, it dices, it insta-grows fruit. What can this accessory not do? But oh no, there's no baker! No need to worry, leave it to Nintendo to put a woman in the kitchen like it's still the 1950s, transforming Peach into a chef. She's a patisserie, you misogynist! Princess, what about the evil grape taking over the theater? Nah, we're making cookies.
What is that? What? What is that? Like Barbie's vomit. You're cooking like a donkey. Look at that. Overcooked on the bottom, and it looks like Gandhi's flip-flop.
Okay, Gordon, I'll listen and stir the flour even higher up, yielding better results.
That is delicious. That's made with passion.
Next up, the Great British Baking Show. At first, I thought I just had to simply match the pattern shown in the picture. Turns out, lining up the frosting in the actual correct way converts it into something more appealing. Thus, I continued matching the pastries with the correct toppings until all the cakes had been made. We topped things off in classic Theet fashion with a festival. Then remembered that the theater is in peril. Fine, I'll get back to it. I returned to Is It Cake to find the remaining sparkle gems by improving my decorating technique. Yet I still missed one. Oh, I needed to strike a pose. For Peach to feed the hungry theets. Don't know how that helped them, but it finally nets a 100%. Next, I'll get to practice my ninjutsu in the art of the rapids. The village is set up like a maze with Grape's minions scattered around, and then I stumbled into a stealth mission. I dropped down a trapdoor, then put my back up against a secret wall, literally flipping the scenery. All right, Peach, let's go full chic.
I want to be ninja.
Mario! Mario, this is Peach's game. Go home. Anywho, I sneak through the tall grass and learn how to turn invisible. Wherever could she be? Like a true ninja, Peach runs across the rooftops and uses substitute when caught. Just like from Smash Bros. I go snorkeling, only to realize Peach forgot her swimming suit back in her luggage. The rogue Ronin steals ninjutsu scrolls and takes off. Hold on, Sensei. My gamer senses are tingling. Ah, breakable pots reveal the thief that hold the ribbon collectible, which I need for 100%. I remember to
Strike a pose.
and begin the on-rails chase. I continue to draw from my ninjutsu to wall jump to the back half of the stage. I'm careful to collect crystals and spin to earn more shopping money. I swiftly slice through enemies in my path and I jump the logs, which intimidates the thief enough to drop the scroll of water bending. Our tsunami sweeps through the thieves and their flying companions. Nice! Completed on my first try. Tired of jumping from rooftop to rooftop, I try my hand at being a cowgirl in the wilderness. Ma, there's already bandits in my Wild West. Even worse, they've rounded up the townfolk with Dirty Dan at the canteen. The outlaws are packing heat, forcing me to sneak through the condemned building next door. With her spurs and chaps secured, Peach becomes a cowgirl of the Wild West. Afterwards, we enter a roping competition versus Dirty Dan, where I wrangle bandits with ease and wrestle barrels to save members of my posse. Freeing 5 townsfolk is enough to send Dirty Dan on the run. Shadowfax from Temu arrives by the power of puppetry.
Ride like the wind, Bullseye!
Forcing us into another auto runner. Oh, dang it, I missed a gem shard. So I'll need to start over. And they're off, and you better believe I don't miss on the second try. Peach, what's so great about dumb old Texas? What did you say? You better run, Dirty Dan, cause you're next. I'm the best roper in the Mushroom Kingdom. Dirty Dan finally decides to have a showdown on the outskirts of town, wielding his gun and shoots regular shots and barrels, which I chuck right back at him to stun the outlaw. I keep roping and throwing the bad boss against the wall. Dirty Dan throws an angry tantrum and tries to solve the problem by barging at me with his head. He still insists on shooting barrels, which leads to his demise. You've wrangled your last cow, Dirty Dan. I wasn't thorough enough on my second go, missing 1 sparkle gem. If only I had remembered to. Since I completed each play on this floor, a mysterious door appears. Stella believes she can open the door with 10 of our sparkle gems. The lights come on, revealing we've somehow been transported to Cafe Disco.
It's a cafe disco.
Exactly.
So like a disco cafe.
What? No, not even close.
But little did the office know that the globe contained a groovy bird, swooping in, proving to be this floor's boss. Disco Wing swoops across the dance floor, pooping disco balls before turning the world upside down, revealing she's attacking us with her eggs. The eggs, thankfully, provide an effective attack against the mirror ball. Groovy Bird comes out of her shell and we begin to cleanse her darkness. The Disco Bird refuses to face the music, throwing bricks and attempting to crush us. I repress my rollout PTSD from days of facing Whitney back in Gen 2 Pokemon, dodging until I could get a second crack at cleansing her soul. The Disco Bird flies across with a twirling spin attack while attempting to finish me with Tetris blocks. She acts like a bouncy ball and hatches live young to throw off my rhythm. I spin it to win it and finally put the Dancing Queen to rest. I return from Cafe Disco to find the upstairs open and a thief who wants us to join a sword fighting challenge. Well, I gotta go for the gold medal. Oh, wait a second. This is hardcore Princess Peach Showtime. Just 1 hit and I'm a goner. With a goal of 140 kills and a time limit, I can't afford to skip enemies. I had to farm enemies from windows to ensure I got the required KOs. I went down to the wire and clinched the win on the last second. Winning gold in that was harder than the boss battles so far. Excited to catch the next act, I guide Peach up the stairs. Grape has blocked the next flight of stairs again, so I curiously approach the case of the missing mural. We see some familiar faces cosplaying as street thugs, whom I cut to ribbons. I meet the great thief junior detective who leads us to the most bamboozling puzzle devised, following directions on a tablet. I unlock a secret detective lair which allows Peach to unlock her inner Sherlock Holmes. Our first mystery? Where is the junior detective? While his pillow fort skills are uncontested, it's no wonder the thief is still a junior detective. My clever disguise allows me into the museum. Inside, the curator received a ransom note promising his slate would be robbed. Hey, what happened to the lights? Good grief, it was taken from right under our noses. I explored the museum, and this slab looks familiar. Oh, wrong answers make me lose health. Acting more cautiously, I find a vent hidden behind a framed stone. I swear, I just saw Peach vent, guys. The shopkeep is missing a camera. This cop is acting a bit sus. That's not your camera, is it? I guess I'm not the only master of disguise. Take him away, Theets! No closer to finding the slab, I wander back through the crime scene and find a strangely locked window. We borrow a stepping stool and allow in a gentle breeze. Hey, wait a second. That's a curtain! The slab wasn't taken out of the museum at all! Did none of you think to look behind it? Also, I missed a couple items. Strike the pose. Oh man, I can't believe I missed this room right at the start of the level. I need to give my noggin a rest after those puzzling mysteries and glide up like a snowflower on ice. Wait a minute, did I stumble into Theets on ice? Ha ha ha, the bad guys give the show a chilly reception. Ah, Peach, you big softy. You just have to save the show, don't you? The Theets invite me to their dressing room. Quick, you come too. I'm over here. I rush into the dressing room and rescue the Snowden Theets, and they reward me by unlocking a magical changing pad. Figure skater Peach pulls on her skates for the show. Peach, the theater is in danger. Can't you say I'm about to be a star? I first do jumps on the yellow ice, then prove my balance by spinning on snowflakes. After filling the icy scoreboard, the crowd expects me to skate with the Theets. Spinning around the skaters unlocks the ultimate skating move. A new challenger approaches. Not only does he steal my Theets, he stole the entire show. I need to save them, but first... strike a pose! Even though I'm rushing, I was able to get the crystal shards on my first try. The poser show stealer stands there, menacingly. I am forced into chasing his Congo line of Theets, until I twirl the skater into a handy cupcake. I race to free the entranced Theets and start the competition over again. I twirl the boss twice more and kill him off with beauty. I then sashay into the perfect infiltration and witness the first bank of Theet being robbed by robotic sour thieves. A well-dressed one invites me into his home during these dangerous times. It's a hacker. It's a Persona fan. I'm Bat Peach. Dashing Thief Peach, whatever. I snag the grappling hook and take to the rooftops. The ne'er-do-wells left their roof door wide open and I get to witness them lock up their ill-gotten gains. I dodge lasers and infiltrate the facility, further using electric whips. Peach vents again, which doesn't keep me safe from the lasers, but brings me deeper into their operation. I pose by their inconspicuous spot to earn another gem, and their big vault is no match for my epic hacking skills. Peach, now might be a good time for a great escape. The villains are no match for our superhero routine. I escape to the roof and deploy my secret gadget, a glider. The flight was going smoothly until a robot tried to smack me down from the sky. I take this chance to learn the currents and successfully steal the sparkle gem my second attempt. With a tip of her cowl, Bat Peach returns to her mild-mannered alter ego. Bored with changing her accessories, Peach runs into the ghostly castle and immediately into a trap. No worries, I can slice open the cells. What kind of metal do they make these bars out of anyway? I return to sword fighting glory, slashing through ghostly knights and bats. Peach uses the same finishers, and mostly the new level is just a change of scenery. Though I wish the Ghost Knight would stop dropping the floor out from under me. The cowardly Ghost Lancer Knight finally faces me. He comes out of the walls and attempts to charge. I dodge with ease, and after one hit, he resorts to his classic moves, dropping the floor like it's hot. 2 more finishers clinched the area, although I returned to the castle to learn a new uppercut move, saving the ribbon merchant in the process. Thinking we left the ghosts behind, I'm shocked to hear wailing coming from the basement. The sword fighter Sparkla calls for aid. Through the door, we run into more sword soldiers who are desperately trying to stop our rescue attempt. We finally come across the legendary sword fighter Sparkla, entrapped by the equally legendary Ghost King. The fight goes as you'd imagine. The king attacks with shockwaves and surprising Dark Souls-like dodges, but it's not enough to protect him from our finishing fury. We get in our own dodges and splattered the king like a bug on a windshield. I help the great Sparkla to her feet and enjoy their sword flourishes when, hey Ghost King, that's a cheap shot. Thankfully Sparkla protects me, allowing both of us to have the killing blow. Well, I guess we all know what these doors are guarding now. Another floor boss door appears too, and this time, that snake in the grass final boss. Madame Grape is already here? Oh no, we just get to play with the literal serpent, Lightfang. The snake's gaze descends, tearing at the realms of reality and forces us back in time? The fight consists of avoiding old Spotlight Eye's gaze and hiding behind walls. We take an opening to attack the snake's Tesla coil, which allows us to purify his darkness. Lightfang's soul heads upward and we give chase. Sir Hiss set up an obstacle course with water wheels, tail smashes, and baby snakes. I make a final sprint to the last Tesla coil. I cleanse Lightfang's soul into a spirit bomb and finish the fight. Madame Grape lost control of another floor, opening up the 3rd story for exploration. But wait, I smell another gold medal, this time a hang gliding challenge. And it's about time I brought this up. What is up with 30 frames per second, Nintendo? Thankfully, the next couple attempts are made easier with the gems being magnetized. What are they made of anyway? I improved my methods listening to the wind and reacting to the copter bots, but found myself up against the time crunch wall. Why couldn't I have just gotten 5 more? Finally, it all clicked in place. My inner Batman took control of the glide, allowing me to squeeze through tight spaces and end on a flourish. These challenges seem to cap off each area with a test of skill. Anyways, Peach, it's time to go upstairs and ride into a mighty mission alien invasion. What the? There are real aliens here? Nothing a little ribbon can't handle. Oh shoot, the ribbon just made them angry. Now we have a full-scale War of the Worlds on our hands. Nintendo, I thought this was rated E for everyone. Dr. Theet, thankful for our aid, takes us to his lab. It's Samus. No, it's Mega Man. Wait. Where are the arm cannons? I guess we'll just call her Mighty Peach. What a great superheroine entrance. Go, Mighty Peach!
Why do you always do that thing?
Do what?
This thing that you do when you whip your hair when you're fighting with the arm and the hair.
Dang. Peach is OP. You're telling me Bowser manages to kidnap her? No worries, citizen. I will protect your lost gem from certain harm. Hurry up, Theets. This is much heavier than it looks. It will also make a lovely, flammable bridge. The aliens in desperation launch a giant squid to stop me. It's nothing my tech can't handle. I rescued all the Theet citizens and put them in a safe house. Certainly, the aliens can't harm them here. Hold up. Is that the mothership? All my hard work is being kidnapped right in front of me. The scientist Dr. Theet again comes to our aid, providing a Mandalorian jetpack. I get to play hero, punching UFOs, rescuing parachuting Theets, and dodging laser fire. Powering up with sparkle gems, Mighty Peach prepares for her mightiest challenge, the mothership, actually the PunchBot 9000. The bot winds up for a mighty jab, but I parry it right back. I grab the now disarmed bot and use it for some spaceship battling practice. Round and round the PunchBot goes. There's the mothership, so away the robot goes. By now, Peach is feeling worn out and can't resist a vacation due to the melody of the sea. Great. You've really crossed the line this time. How dare you hammer the innocent turtle? Using my ribbons, I boost the mermaid's acoustics, cheering up the sad turtle and healing his head wound. It is so happy the turtle agrees to carry us around. My ribbon lights the path as we go along by tickling some seashells. The turtle guides my way to become
Part of your world.
Peach pulls a reverse aerial to become Mermaid Peach. I test our Peach's new and improved vocal cords and learn I can now control fish. So much better than Aquaman. Andrew, we really should. Can't you see I'm about to jam with snazzy bow tie fish? Really, Grape? Right when the fun was about to begin, the lights come up and of course the mean maids are stealing the band. Exercising the might of my voice, I entice a school of fish to free the first bandmate. Then the fish allow me to rescue a dapper thief. I learn I can control more than guppies and send forth the eels. What did I tell you, meanies, about the turtles? Pufferfish, finish them. In return, the Turtle Hermit is kind enough to give us a lift to the concert. I make King Triton proud, hitting the correct note fish, finally getting to groove with the band and bowtie fish, saving my beach holiday. Peach dries off and puts on her best dress to welcome others to the spooky party. I guess wearing a pumpkin on your head is the height of thief fashion? Did you guys really accept food from your enemies and expect not to get turned into zombies? Quick, to the bakery! We have to cure them before they eat each other alive! We find that sweets cooked with love are the cure to this sweet toothitis. However, the donuts are not enough. I act like it's Halloween and cure the sickness as I go. How many thieves ate those tainted sweets? The only thing I can do is cook and cook and cook and cook and cook and cook and cook. Posing breaks the monotony and gives us a short break before attempting to save Patissiere Sparkla. Oh no, she appears to have been zombified as well, which of course means more pastries and more and more and more and more and more and more. Unable to resist the sweet tooth disease any longer, Sparkla devours enough of my sweets to cure herself. Grape's chef decided we didn't cook enough and sends another baking challenge. So I bake. Here, chef, have a cookie. And she died from too many cavities. Having worked so late in the day, Peach is forced to act as a cowgirl at dusk. Howdy, Theats. Is that an earthquake or stampede I'm feeling? Well, this situation just went off the rails. A crazy train flattens this small Midwestern town. To me, my bullseye, we have a train to catch. Let's weave through the local saloon and attempt to pull up beside the train. Pull over, you railroad hazard. This town has sure turned upside down ever since the Grape Gang moised by. Bullseye, fortunately, is a prize jumping horse. She overtakes the back of the train, giving Peach the perfect opportunity to stick a cowgirl landing. I get a sign running on top of the train won't be all fun and games. Beneath me, the bandits shoot blindly in attempts to stop me from advancing. I snipe them cowgirl style while dodging the Grape Gang's poorly aimed attacks. By the way, whoever engineered this locomotive, did you realize this train is falling apart? I guess they did. Back to the cowboy train chase. Try to outrun me now. Trains aren't made for ramming, you know. I roped the spout, not only stopping the train, but proving once again Peach is strong enough to never be kidnapped by Bowser again.
Well, shucks.
Peach, I love you, but never say that again. Time to save our cowboy Sparkla, who is cosplaying as a 1900s damsel in distress. Hold up, wasn't this just where I came from? Catching a crazy train, passing said train, and rescuing the townsfolk? Thanks, I'll treat you to a glass of milk. A glass of milk? I just saved your life, and all you offer in return is milk? Whatever. We have a mandatory co-op section up next. I rope up the bandits while Sparkla drives. You call that driving? We lost our back two wagons.
That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith.
Like, what's up, danger?
These basement levels feel like a bad dream. Oh, hi, Sparkla. Glad you could join us after spending so long at the general store to purchase a full set of wagons again. Peach does her best Donkey Kong impression, buying us enough time to escape. 4 more areas down, 2 Sparklas saved, and a grape-flavored door appears. Who has Grape sent this time to defeat us? Gah, it's the Cheshire Cat. No, wait, it's a projector cat. The cat isn't away, but the squeaky mice still come out to play. Hitting them with ribbons turn the rodents into bombs, which the illusionist cat bats into his own face while slamming the ground. The feline smartens up and attempts to tail whip us to death, or to surround us and play with his food. For a moment, I think his real hands will bat the bomb into his smug face, but he only bumps it around and squashes it flat. The cat takes another glancing hit, his third phase only adding in double paw smashes. One more bomb to the face leaves the cat vulnerable. Pressing my advantage, I filled his dark soul with light. Before climbing another story, I seek out the Cowgirl Challenge. Compared to the previous 2 challenges, this was a piece of cake. I just beat 2 janky train levels that involved barrel throwing. So this rodeo was just another Friday night, easily earning gold for roping and hollering. I quickly changed to unlock my last outfit in a kung fu tail. The old kung fu master is easily bested by Grape's imitation. Their students have even blocked the way to the dojo. It's time to earn my black belt for Akira Toriyama. Wooden dolls and lanterns will not stop me. Ringing the gong thrice, I unlock the way to my next power-up.
I know Kung Fu. Show me.
That's all it takes to be a master in Kung Fu? If this wooden doll is any indication, y'all are screwed. I also become a geologist's worst nightmare.
7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you.
You just lost to someone that became a black belt 5 seconds ago. Anyhow, I give chase to save the town. Peach, we're supposed to save it, not destroy it. The princess has also learned the same neutral air attack technique many have in Smash Bros. I briefly meditate to increase my ki, preparing to face enemies with sweet bow staff skills. Oh, not much use if I come around the side now, are they? I use a much more overpowered pull to propel me to save the master. Let's finish this, you evil being. It appears your techniques haven't improved. I was hoping our second round would be legendary. I bet you never seen this move before. I call it the Kakarot. Well, that was easy. Overheated from the over-the-top action, Peach cools off with a case of the rainy day plot. Oh no, it's the junior detective again. Of course he's gonna give us the second most annoying mission in any video game, tailing a suspect. Who, me? Following you? I was only on my way to work. I lose the suspect in the crowd and am faced with another puzzle. Not gonna lie, I didn't pay attention to the details of the riddle. I just accused each painting until I got the right one. I restart my detective brain and follow some suspicious footprints. This thief and his brother live in the apartment on the right. So I just went for the one in the center, and what do you know? I was right. They're plotting to detonate a bomb? They've quickly gone from being a nuisance to downright terrorists. Junior, you just gave us away. Come on, dude. A torn book gives us an obvious clue to the target location. They're headed for the clock tower. I sprint to the establishment as fast as I could, just in time to watch the police not do their job. We need to find key 6 for the elevator. Well, a 9 upside down is a 6. Upstairs, we play an elementary game of hide and seek and witness the police brutality. And we seek again. Peach goes out on a limb to rescue a key. And what do you know? The bomb is in the bell. In Looney Tune fashion, we dispose of it. It's time to save the great Sparkla detective. Everyone is acting strange in here. Ha! Just as I suspected. Everyone in this museum is acting sus. The architecture peels, and a third thief is revealed as a fake. Fortunately, Detective Sparkla leaves us breadcrumbs to rescue him. We move ancient thief faces across the museum, play the detective's game of pushing the buttons in order, revealing the path forward. Junior detective, what are you doing here? Good job trapping 3 disguised thugs along with the real detective, but how did you beat me here? I take my time talking with the Sparklas. The first talking about Madame Grape, the second obviously thinks we're in college, the third is making a lot of sense talking about intuition, and the last wanting to make us his sidekick. I make the logical conclusion that Sparkla 3 is indeed the real deal. The museum begins to come apart at the seams, and we investigate a picture. Something is certainly missing. That certain something being this magnifying glass. After those mysterious trials, we're reunited with the junior detective, but Sparkla decides now is a good time to grill the youngster. He's a double agent. I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. This case is closed. I didn't like you anyways. Tired of fighting with her mind, Peach moves on to learn the ninjutsu art of the flame. Lead the way, thieves. A castle to infiltrate. Madame Grape must have warned the guards of my approach. They've scattered noise traps to catch me. I trick the guards with a little noise pollution, then rapidly silence them. I take a step into the shadows and sneakily trap guards behind the shoji. Like any responsible ninja, I rescue the ribbon collector. The guards start ripping apart the castle to defeat me. I gotta go fast. Friendly Thanobi, give me the firebending scroll so I get to ride a sweet gear dragon to the top. We still need to save the ninja Sparkla, and it turned out to be super easy. I'm sure we'll escape from this peril in no time. We only need to climb a tower to reach freedom. Wait, first let me turn this guy into wood. The spirits, unhappy with our wooden sacrifice, force us into another auto runner. Hey, I think I've seen this scene before in Sonic Adventure 2.
Your adventure days are coming to an end.
Except this guy was easier than a big bio lizard. Even with that easy ending, I still had to return to save Mr. Ribbons. Peach trades in her ninja cosplay for Bat Peach in the stolen statue. Holding true to the title, we allow a statue to be stolen. Luck is on our side as Madame Grape equipped her Air Force with grapple points. We pull up on to the evil Zeppelin and hack our way inside. Dim the lights, Peach. Oh, and disable the security bots while you're at it. I zoom across the top of the bots and make my way topside.
Now, Thief Robin, this is how you make an epic entrance.
It was too epic. I think I broke the game. It's completely stuck. Like the gameplay has come to a complete stop. Would this be a bad time for a stepbrother joke? Let's give that another go. That's better. We finally get to the heart of the blimp and puzzle out how to release the statue. Ah, the old self-destruct sequence. The blimp was obviously full of hydrogen, but Bat Peach is a smooth criminal and makes a slick escape. To the basement, Thief Robin. I think we might be out of our element, Bat Peach. Bat Thief Sparkla finally greets us and sends us on a 4-door quest to save him. The first involves basic platforming. The second tests our grappling hook skills. The third tests us against the rings of peril. And the last tests our laser dodging. Also rescued a civilian during that whole process. These acts of heroism are enough to free Bat Thief. Yup, we're definitely out of our element now. Voodoo is afoot. However, voodoo isn't enough to stop our snazzy exit. It's purple door time again, kids. Grape again tries to trick us into thinking she'll fight, but she metaphorically throws us to the lions. Well, the Spot Lion. Like any Call of Duty camper, Spot Lion sticks to the high ground, and man, his aim stinks. Every once in a while, Spot Lion makes the level groovy and attempts a trick shot with the mirrors. Reflecting 3 of his shots gives me the opportunity to cleanse his soul. On his second phase, the lion brings back the groove just to say,
I'm a fire in my laser!
In the third phase, things get out of hand with 4 of them. I get in the final hit with little issue, freeing this creature back to the animal kingdom. No floor is complete without a challenge, and it's Kung Fu's turn. Just like the other challenges, if I get hit once, I'll have to start over. Hey, who's throwing pots? The bow staffers leave me just short of my goal due to their blocking skills. So next time, I use the OP poles to rush to 100 KOs before getting taken out by another staff member. Sweet, sweet gold. Peach excitedly runs upstairs to celebrate her victory with a parade on ice. Theets, can't we just share the parade for once? Fine, I'll play the part of the bouncer at my own parade. Our float moves forward and I awkwardly miss the jump. I mean, I timed the jump perfectly. We win over the crowd and hey, it's that guy.
He's supposed to be dead!
I know just how to take care of you. Give him the old razzle-dazzle. At last, I complete our celebration. Skater Sparkla calls for aid, and look who it is. Dying twice was not enough for ya? Not only does Peach learn how to skate backwards, she skates the same routine against the undead skater, this time with falling icicles. We take out the trash in customary fashion gracefully. A figure skating Sparkla joins the party, and we bring down the house just in time to make a daring escape. Peach has had enough of the ice, but there appears to be a blight of the seas. Oh, yikes. It's a ghost ship. At least I make a new friend. A fish who never skips fin day and can open any clam on its own. Chasing the ship, I run into a rocky situation, attempting to hold the fish on every clam. But learned later on, all I had to do was have the fish swim past a clam to open it. The ghost ship's crew fly in to attempt a broadside. My fishy friend returns the favor, turning mean maids into cannonballs. I resink the ship to gain entry. Inside is about what you imagine from Davy Jones's locker. I break the kidnapped passengers free, including many of our previous bandmates. We decide enough is enough and use the power of music. Yes! Sing, my angel of music! Wow, the current sure is strong trying to rescue the Mer Sparkla. My poor guppies are getting scattered to the undertow. Yet, Mer Sparkla is easily rescued. Why are you thanking yourself after giving a compliment? You're one of those people. Whatever, a couple of turtles agree to carry us through the current.
Righteous! Righteous!
Then we calm the storm through a harmonizing duet. Though the seas are calm, scientists need a mighty mission, the rescue.
Red leader, standing by.
Red leader, this is gold leader.
Watch it, you've got one on your tail!
I can't shake it!
Lock air spoils in attack position.
Even wielding lightsabers, the Theets are helpless. That is why I'm the master, my young Padawans. Oh no, the weakness of every superhero, a sky beam! Quickly, get to the scientists, and you, eat bus! We made it in the nick of time to save the scientists. Not again. Those are some mighty big arms you have there. Dr. Theet, always one step ahead, engages the Kaiju initiative.
Make my monster grow!
I reverse punches and take the mother of all ships for a spin and throw her away like yesterday's paper. Hoping to get a mighty Sparkla action figure, Peach heads to the basement. Ah, sweet. It even comes with its own special effects. So what are your superpowers, my mighty friend? Ah, you make quite the super boomerang. And that's how he saved the universe. Tired of the spectacle, Peach goes to the last regular level, a Kung Fu legend. The Master's children are taken, giving us further incentive to fight. When will you punks ever learn? Peach has surpassed even a Saiyan warrior elite. Unhand that child. Stop running. Have you no honor? Look who else is a slow learner. Away with you. Ah, the second son is safe, as well as the third daughter and the youngest son. I square off against the Shadow Master one more time. He starts firing off, Hadouken! Which I reflect. Fighting game spam won't work on me. I time my button presses with the circles on the screen, swiftly finishing the fight. Wait a second, where in the world is the fourth purple door? Oh, right, there's one Sparkla left. To the dungeon to save action hero Sparkla. I treat this area like a classic beat 'em up, racking up kills with my skills. That definitely doesn't look like a boss arena beneath us. Thank goodness, it's just minions. Oh look, the Shadow Master thinks he stands a chance. Hey, no fair! You can't use clone jujitsu here. The clone on the right rushes in to attack. I'm hitting the right buttons, but he's getting through. Even repeating the sequence doesn't help. The clone on the left is just as hard, with his aerial attack being unblockable. I calm my rage and realize I need to hit the buttons as the right-hand clone is right next to me, and I need to meet the aerial attack with one of my own in the air. Okay, center, what do you got? Ah, more Hadoukens? We rinse and repeat with lefty and righty, leaving the real one in the center. He spams his move as usual. Definitely doesn't steal instant transmission from Goku, and most certainly doesn't attempt a Kamehameha to finish us off. Together with a clown, yes, a clown, we finish off the Shadow Master for good. Freeing that clown makes the very last purple door appear in the basement. Just one more challenge before I peek inside though. The premise is simple. Mighty Peach destroys aliens, and between rounds, citizens are saved in the bunker. I found the winning strat was to constantly throw UFOs into groups of enemies. Overall, an easy goal. Now let's put an end to this theatrical play. Together with our new Sparkla friends and a clown, the princess reaches her final form as shown by her new dress and a new crown, Radiant Peach. We're coming for you, Madame Grape. Show yourself. It's time to end this once and for all. It's showtime. The thespian begins the battle by summoning dancers to be her guards. That's nothing a flying Radiant Peach can't handle. Release your star powers, Peach. Knowing I was dead set on attacking her, Grape fires up sparks from beneath me. She then drops gift-like objects from above. I keep the onslaught going until I knock her out for a brief moment. She regains consciousness, summons the dancers once again, and continues her usual tactics. This time covering more of the stage. What I didn't see coming was the train, but honestly I never worried about my lives, because every time I ended a cycle, two hearts would appear right next to me. We continue our dance while more and more obstacles appeared than ever before, but it was just a matter of time until Grape met her end. Kamehameha! 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 Don't forget, we've been participating in plays this whole time, which means plot twist. Grape proceeds to explode, destroying the entire theater, followed by growing herself into a massive being called Grape the Great. If Grape continues unchecked, the entire island would be destroyed. Huh? We're on an island? Now's not the time for dumb questions, Andrew. Theets, give me your key. Raise your hands towards me. Do you dare face the wrath of Super Radiant Peach? She sure does. Let's relive the Saiyan saga with a special beam cannon. Again, Peach! Careful now, she does shoot back. Now that we're aware of her powers, we're able to evade them with ease and continue firing our beams at her mask. Desperate, the great Madame Grape blasts gigantic lasers at us to no avail. Our blasts then shatter her mask. Super Radiant Peach, finish her! It's over. She's nothing now but the dust of the earth. And that's not all. With her newfound magic, Peach restores the theater and brings all the Theets to safety. Where are the Toads? Are they dead? Quick, cut to credits. For real though, what happened to them? There's enough of them back in the Mushroom Kingdom. Besides, I need to revisit every single level to find all of Ninja Sparkla's apprentices. This so-called challenge is nothing but tedious. Every stage has 3 Theets hiding, and calling this hiding may be a stretch. The worst part is, 95% of the time, all 3 of them are found towards the beginning of each level, which means I just mindlessly blaze through the rest of the stages with nothing new added to them. And it's required to go all the way to the end for them to be counted for completion. Talk about a waste of time. I spent hours replaying the game to do this. So why not do me a favor and like the video to help out the video? Also, subscribe for more content. I will highlight the ones that were the most difficult to catch in my opinion. Like this one that was hiding up in the front I missed my first time because they usually try to blend in on the backside. Then you could miss this little guy because he hangs out on the Bat Sparkla's bottom section. Same with this one since you'll totally miss it if you take the wrong path and don't slow down from the high-speed action. And this apprentice I have no idea why I missed on first attempt, probably because of boredom. As a reward for finding them all, the Ninja Sparkla gifts Peach the exclusive hide-and-seek outfit. Was it worth it?
Absolutely not.
The boss rematches, on the other hand, at least offered added difficulty in 3 ways for each of them. Some were easier than others, like making sure no baby chicks escaped alive, while some were harder, such as beating every boss without taking damage. However, one of the conditions was to never miss Disco Bird, which I failed on my first rematch. Luckily, all of the challenges didn't have to be done in one go. Gotcha this time, Disco Wing! Next was to beat Light Fang without causing time to rewind, obtaining sparkle pieces, and no damage. Honestly, figuring out which route was optimal was the most strenuous part of facing this reptile. To avoid the confusion of trying to satisfy all 3 conditions in one go, I focused purely on just gathering the shards on my first rematch, which did cause me to be rewound. But on second playthrough, I was able to avoid that and not get damaged once in the process. Projector Cat was by far the most annoying. You'd think avoiding the paw and tail swings wouldn't be that bad, but for some unexplainable reason, I couldn't help myself. Later, I made the fantastic discovery that you can thwart Projector Cat's paws with the power of the ribbon. Once I figured this out, it was smooth sailing from there. Also, only using 3 mice bombs and taking no damage went well too. The penultimate boss rematch was versus Spotlion, which required some wacky condition concerning how to best him with orbs. Thus, I just focused my first win on purely beating him without taking damage. There were some close calls, especially toward the beginning of our brawl, but in no time I deciphered the patterns and won. The other 2 requirements I fulfilled at the same time, only striking back striped orbs and only using 9 of them to win, which basically meant never missing. The key was not to go for diagonal shots, and to use reflections. It was trickier than the no damage run. Nonetheless, I got the W. Believe it or not, I thought Grape was the easiest of the rematches. Besides not taking damage both phases, I had to avoid killing the dancers. Now, if you try to do both in the same run, that would be frustrating since those little buggers get in the way. However, if you just focus on doing one objective and take your time, both are simple to accomplish. So I didn't care about my lives when avoiding the tiny dancers, since Grape gives you plenty of them. Then I committed a full-on genocide of Grape's minions in order to never get hit at all costs. The Great Madame Grape phase was even easier than the first round since I could see every attack coming from a mile away, which resulted in every sparkle gem now collected. With that task completed, I bought the final special dress for Peach and for Stella, then purchased every upgrade for the theater. And that's how I 100%ed Princess Peach Showtime. Remember to like the video to help us out and subscribe if you didn't earlier. It's been a while since I've played a game with so many genres. You all have a good one. Thanks.